Happy Sunday, football fans. I'm Harrison Graham. Welcome into Four Verts. Going to react to a lot of the earlier action here on Four Verts. So hit that subscribe button. We're an NFL and college football YouTube channel. We react to all the big games, bring you news on a daily basis, and my opinions and analysis on everything surrounding the NFL and college football. So hit that sub button and join this movement. We'll also be back tonight after Sunday Night Football, so be sure to join us as well. I said happy Sunday. Well, unless you're a Bears fan, unless you're Matt Eberflus, because the Bears and Flus do what they do, and they blow it late. This time against their arch rival, the Green Bay Packers, a team they have not beaten in 2,163 days. And the Bears continue to lose games that they shouldn't because of Matt Eberflus, because he is an incompetent head coach. On two occasions, he made really bad decisions that cost the Bears. I think a small percentage of people in NFL circles would defend his first decision. I'm not sure a single person would defend the second one. Let's talk about the first one. The Bears had a 4th and 2, 4th and 3, I think it was 4th and 3, at the Packers 47 with about 4.5 minutes to go. And they decided to hard count, tried to get Green Bay to jump, didn't work, took the 5 yards and punted. Well, the score was 19-14 Bears at the time. And with that little time left, you're thinking, okay, you've held them to 14. Bears defense has been pretty good. It's kind of misleading. Jordan Love threw a really bad pick in the red zone. Otherwise, they would have had 21 at that point. And let's be real, too. You're a 4-5 team. You haven't beaten the Packers in 6 years. Go take the game. You go for that 4th down. And if you don't get it, okay, you give them a short field. A, you still have a chance to stop them. But B, if you don't, you're still going to have time to get the football back. Did anyone on the planet think once the Bears punted that Jordan Love and the Packers weren't going to score? Of course they were going to score. And they did in about a minute and a half. Didn't take long at all. And then you're thinking, okay, well, you got a second chance. 20-19, Packers didn't get the 2-point conversion. And then what happens? The Bears take 2 sacks. One was on the quarterback for holding the ball too long, Caleb Williams, which that was really the only time he did that all day. But it was only a 1-yard sack. He climbed the pocket and lost a yard. No big deal. Plenty of time. Still have 2.5 minutes and 1 timeout. Second one, their left tackle gets blown up by Rashawn Gary. So it's 3rd and 19. Caleb evades another sack after the 2-minute warning. Hits Rome Odunze, rookie to rookie, for 16 yards. 4th and 3, no huddle, they're going. And instead of Caleb scrambling or throwing a short pass or whatever to extend the chains, he throws a beautiful back shoulder fade to Odunze up the right sideline that is caught and has the Bears just outside of field goal range at about the 40-42. On the next play, the Packers blitz the house. 6 or 7 guys. Caleb, facing a blitz, throws about a 15-yard out to Keenan Allen, which is completed, gets down to the 30-yard line. The Packers take a timeout with 36 seconds left. The Bears at this point still have a timeout. They have plenty of time. They can run a couple plays. They can still throw the ball. Caleb's made 3 excellent plays in a row. He was good all day. What do? They hand the ball off one time, get 2 yards, let 30 seconds run down, take a timeout with 3 seconds left, and settle for a 46-yarder. And I said it in real time. I said, they're asking to get beat playing it this safe. And what happens? They had the field goal blocked. Now, there's people debating, should it have been a leverage penalty, center, yada, yada. Who cares? When you play not to lose, when you play it safe, Flu said it after the game, well, you could fumble in that spot. Matt, scared money don't make money. He coached it scared. He was scared someone was going to make a mistake, when in reality, he made the mistake by not staying aggressive. You don't even have to get crazy aggressive there. Just, hey, run a normal play. He said, well, they're stacking the box, they're blitzing there. Okay, throw the ball. You're going to get man coverage, get the ball out quickly. You communicate it clearly during that timeout Green Bay called. Caleb, no sacks, get the ball out. You got to trust your quarterback in that spot. Let him learn, let him grow. He just erased a 3rd and 19, and you took the ball out of his hands. It's indefensible coaching, and the Bears are failing this quarterback. We can all debate the ups and downs Caleb has had. How much is on him? How much isn't? He had not played well the last 3 weeks, which is why they fired Shane Waldron. The offense looked pretty good with Thomas Brown today. That's a positive for the Bears. But Matt Eberflus and his coaching decisions have now cost Caleb 2 signature fourth-quarter moments to win games against quality opponents. Late in Washington, when he drove him down twice to take the lead the first time, the crazy fullback dive call to an offensive lineman forced them to drive down again, which he did, and they took the lead. Eberflus's mismanagement on the Hail Mary defense, not taking a timeout, giving up the free 15 yards. We all know what happened there. So he failed him there, and he failed him again today. He didn't stay aggressive, keep the offense on the field on that 4th and 2, 4th and 3 before the Packers took the lead. And then he just settled for a 46-yard field goal. The Packers players after the game, some of the players on that field goal block unit were asked by a Bears reporter, hey, what happened on that block? Were you surprised? They said two things. One, Cairo Santos, the Bears kicker, kicks a low ball, something they noticed on film. That is true. I've watched every kick he's made as a Bear. He kicks a low ball, especially from longer range. 46 isn't super long, but it's long enough. He doesn't have the strongest leg. And two, they said they could not believe that they didn't try to get more yards. It's the coaching. He's a terrible coach. And until the Bears fire him, they're not going to win. They're failing Caleb Williams, regardless of his ups and downs, regardless of his struggles, his awesome moments. He should have 2 awesome fourth-quarter comeback signature wins on his resume, and he doesn't because his head coach is an idiot. I mean, I hate to be blunt, but that's what this comes down to. So Bears are 4-6, Packers are 7-3. Big win for Green Bay to keep in touch with the Lions, who keep on winning, and the Vikings, who won again today as well. Bears are completely out of NFC North contention and falling behind in the wild card mix. Let's be honest, they're not going to make a run at this point. And it's just a matter of time. If they had any pride, they would fire this coach tomorrow. But they probably won't because they'll say, well, we already made our move in firing the OC. Just a pitiful, pitiful loss. And it's the head coach. He's the one who has to shoulder the blame. Big win for the Steelers. They grind out the Ravens 18-16. Baltimore scores late but fails to get a 2-point conversion. Classic Pittsburgh. 6 field goals from Chris Boswell in this one. Justin Tucker missed 2 field goals in this game. He might be over the hill, guys. Like this is his second year in a row where he has not had a great year kicking. But this is monumental for Pittsburgh because now they're 8-2 and Baltimore falls to 7-4. So they have a little. Let me pull up the standings here. Nice little cushion in the AFC North. Let me make sure I have that right. Yep, 8-2, 7-4. So they're up in a game and a half on Baltimore. That's big for Pittsburgh. Massive win. Russell Wilson played well enough. Lamar was up and down. He never plays great against the Steelers. You got to give Mike Tomlin a lot of credit. They always prepare well in these games. And huge win for the Steelers, who did anyone have them being 8-2? Like, you compare the Bears and the Steelers. Like, people before the season probably overvalued the Bears' talent a little bit and undervalued the Steelers' talent. But them being 8-2 and the Bears being 4-6, to me, that's one thing. That's coaching. Like, that's the difference. That's the difference. That's having a top 5, top 7 coach in Mike Tomlin and arguably the worst coach in the league in Matt Eberflus for the Bears. What a win for Pittsburgh. I mean, the fact that they have the inside track to win this division. I picked them to finish last. Hand up. I'll take it. And, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Big win for the Steelers. How about Anthony Richardson? Rallying late. He had over 300 total yards against the Jets. They beat the Colts win 28-27. Back and forth game. The Colts took an early big lead. Jets rallied back. Jets are officially done now at 3-8. Colts at 5-6, kind of lurking in the mix. That final wild card spot's going to be up for grabs. Kudos to Richardson. I thought it was one of the best games he's played in his career. He was 20 of 30, threw for like 270 and a touchdown. Rushed for a couple of touchdowns as well. Big win for Indianapolis. Kudos to going back to Richardson. And I'm curious to see how he plays the rest of the year. Richardson has said all the right things since he got benched. He said this is something he needed, that he was able to learn a lot from. And for one game, it looked pretty good. Now, the Jets have just fallen apart here. That's, probably played a small role today. But still, you got to play who's on the schedule. And they pick up a big win. So Colts keep their playoff hopes alive. And Anthony Richardson, most important thing for the Colts the next 6-7 games, however many games are left, is get this guy on the right trajectory heading into next year because it was looking bleak earlier this season for him. All right, let's talk about Doug Pederson, then we got to get out of here. Reports came out Saturday night that The Jags could be making changes soon with Doug Pederson and potentially GM Trent Baalke. And unless they shocked the world and beat the Lions today, that could happen as soon as this week. Well, they lost 52-6 to the Lions. It is over. I would expect, if not tonight, a post tomorrow morning that the Jags have fired their head coach, Doug Pederson, who this thing is just falling off the rails. They tanked the second half of last year, and this year they've just been terrible. What are they, 2-9 now? Let me pull this up. Yeah, 2-9. I get Trevor Lawrence is out right now, but he wasn't progressing earlier this season. They're just going to have to reset, and just not a good situation for Doug Pederson and the Jags. So we'll see where it goes from here. But he's certainly going to be looking for a new job. I don't think he's getting another head coaching job, at least not right now. So probably new times in Jacksonville. And crazy to say, the Jags can fire Doug Pederson, a guy who won a Super Bowl before the Bears could fire Matt Eberflus. But that is the world we live in. That's going to do it for today's episode of 4 Verts. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. My name is Harrison Graham. See you guys soon.